Heritability is how likely a gene is to be passed on to the offspring. Heritability ranges from 0 to 100%. Traits that are lowly heritable include reproduction and fertility. Growth is a moderately heritable trait. An example of a trait with high heritability would be a carcass weight. Traits that are highly heritable are more likely to be passed on. Heritability is important because of the need for genetic variation. What is your definition of heritability?
The proportion of phenotypic differences that are due to differences in genetics. And so phenotypic differences, I mean the differences in what we see. You can think of as phenotype as being like a weight or a carcass attribute or some measure of muscle or fat.
How is heritability calculated?
Mathematically, just a very simple ratio. You have differences due to genetics divided by differences due in phenotype. And that proportion then is heritability.
How do you use heritability in your career?
I work in the area of animal breeding and genetics. So basically animal breeding is using genetics to change populations. Heritability tells us how much change, in part, how much change we might reasonably expect if we select animals based on certain criteria.
Are there downsides to using heritability in genetics?
No, there aren't necessarily downsides. The risk, though, is if I'm able to make fast genetic change, okay, the heritability is high, then the risk is if I'm making change in an area that is not profitable to my operation, then I could be heading in the wrong direction, so to speak, at a very fast pace.
When selecting dogs to breed, dogs with the desired traits are chosen to reproduce. If two dogs have the desired traits, they will be selected to breed with each other. Cattle with the desired traits will be bred with each other to combine their good genes. Depending on the cow's purpose, different genes will be chosen.